today. Nice and sunny, and enjoying the weather. It's getting better little by little, and but I want to say thank you before I start the video for your beautiful comments and the love that you had sent me, and I read all of them, and I had received emails to thanking me of my teachings, taking the time to post videos with anti-aging teachings. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And so this video, it's going to be a little different. I am going to be doing a series of videos. You let me know if you like this video, so I continue doing it. I would like to do a series of different videos, and the topic will be about the incorrect things or advices that certain YouTubers are releasing to the viewers, such as anti-aging skincare, facial workouts, devices, some procedures that are done at home and they're not supposed to be done at home, etc., etc. So I want to be able to send the right information to you guys. And this video, we're going to be talking about derma fillers. So the title will be something like, it is correct to buy derma fillers online and inject yourself versus going to a doctor's office or a clinic to get injected, and the side effects, the dangers of not being able to inject properly if you're doing it yourself. First of all, in order to inject, you have to have the studies of the skin anatomy, and that way you know where you are injecting. Otherwise, it's going to be tremendous consequences and side effects and other things that will be damaging for life, and which I will explain later. And so myself, I do have training and doing injectables. My training was done in France, Paris, and I go every 2 years to update my studies, like I had mentioned in other videos. I am licensing to perform derma filler injections in Europe, such as Spain, France, and South America, not here in the United States. So let's start the video. Okay, so the derma fillers out there in the market, there are several fillers, and the most popular FDA approved are Restylane, Juvederm, Sculptra, Radiesse, and I will explain each one of them, a brief description of each one of them. Also, there are other FDA approved, such as PAMA, which is the polymethyl acrylate, which is a very lasting filler that lasts up to 3 years, 2 to 3 years. And also we have the lactic acid filler, which also is a very lasting filler, and those are FDA approved, but mostly here in the United States, the most popular are Restylane, Sculptra, Radiesse, and Juvederm. Okay, so the fillers that are more advisable are the hyaluronic acid fillers. The reason is because if you make a mistake, if you go into a main vein, and the vein is a vein that supports your facial structure, and it could cause, if you hit the vein, then it could happen that you get a blockage, and like I said, the consequences will be really serious, even causing a blindness and internal bleeding. In case the injector makes a mistake and goes into a main vein, which one of the main veins is from here to here, and if it's treating the nasolabial folds, and if by accident it hits the vein, so immediately it will have to be dissolved with a substance called hyaluronidase that will help to dissolve the filler. But in case you use Radiesse or PAMA or the polylactic fillers, which are not hyaluronic acid, they are synthetic compounds compatible to your own body. But once you get those fillers injected in your face, those cannot be dissolved. So the best and safe way to do it will be hyaluronic acid. Now, Juvederm makes a filler called Voluma that could be treated on your cheeks, and that lasts for almost 2 years. Radiesse, which is it's a form of calcium that we already have in our bodies. That filler also lasts about 2 years, and Radiesse cannot be dissolved either. The only one will be the hyaluronic acid. Now let's talk about the side effects of injecting yourself. First, it is very important that the injector, the doctor, it has to be done by a doctor or a person that had gone to college for studies of dermatology, as myself, and studies that are very concentrated and very defined, I should say, in skin anatomy. So you will have to know where are the main veins. There are also here, from here to here, there's a main vein. Right here on your temples, also a main vein. Once you hit those veins, like I said, it could cause blindness, internal bleeding, other serious problems. And so there are certain techniques that will allow you to be precise, and once you know the anatomy of your skin, you will be more safe without bringing consequences to your health and face. So that's why I recommend to do it yourself at home. It is very dangerous. So I saw a video, a woman doing the derma fillers on herself. A woman that is just a fanatic. She has no studies of dermatology, aesthetics whatsoever. Even having studies of aesthetics is not enough, because the comprehension and the studies are not sufficient to understand what is the anatomy of the skin, anatomy of the muscles, anatomy of the whole face. And so if you hit one of those veins, you're in serious trouble. And so the best way will be to go to a doctor and ask for the service of performing the derma fillers on your face. In case you're wondering what are the fillers that last longer, I am going to tell you again. So Juvederm lasts about 2 years. The Juvederm Voluma, which is usually used for the cheek area, and sometimes for this area right here, if you inject right here to just lift this area. And so it's about 2 years. With myself, I have not done derma fillers yet. I don't have the need for the moment. But if I want to use a filler on my cheeks or over here, I will use the Juvederm Voluma. You could use also a different type of filler here, which won't be as thick, such as You could use Radiesse, which is also lasts about 1 year or 2 years sometimes, which is a form of calcium called the hydroxylate calcium that we normally have in our bodies. And so that is a very lasting filler. You could also put on your temples right here. And now when it comes to this area right here, you have to find a filler that is thinner, because if you're going to put a thick filler like Voluma, it's going to cause lumps, and you don't want that. It needs to be a very thin filler. And because the fillers come in deep derm, which it goes deep into the subcutaneous area, and then the medium derm, and then the fine line derma fillers. The fine line usually is for the purpose of mesotherapy. Fine lines could come in just in hyaluronic acid, just a hyaluronic acid solution. It goes really superficial, restoring the texture of your face, completely does the job to restore, very aged skin. And the mesotherapy that I do mesotherapy. It's not a filler because it's almost like water. It's really thin. That's why it's called fine line derma filler. Even though it's doesn't give you any type of volume whatsoever. But what I do is a hyaluronic acid. I do lipoic acid, antioxidants. It's a cocktail of vitamins and antioxidants. So I will just superficially, it's almost similar like doing a deep derma roller treatment. After the derma roller, you put all these active ingredients and it restores the texture of your skin. And with the fine line and derma filler, it's very similar because it's so superficial, and keep in mind, does not plump the skin, it's not to give you volume, it's to restore the top layer of the skin. So another one that we have is the PAMA filler that lasts about almost 3 years, which is the polymethyl acrylate. And this filler, what it does is takes a form of derma spheres, like tiny little balls that remains beneath the skin, providing support to the skin. And then we have I did say the Radiesse, the Juvederm. Oh, the other one that we have is the poly-L lactic acid, which also is similar to the PAMA filler. All these, the PAMA filler and the poly-L lactic acid are synthetic components that are how could I say, compatible with your own body. The Radiesse is a form of calcium that we have already in our bodies. And the Juvederm is hyaluronic acid that also we have already in our bodies. Hopefully it's not confusing for you guys, but with this video is to make you understand that injecting fillers on your own, it's not a good idea. You could end up deforming your face. I have seen photos when I was in France taking my training, photos of women that have done fillers on their faces because they don't understand what is subcutaneous layer, what is the epidermal layer, the dermal layer. So this particular woman had used a derma filler that was supposed to go into the subcutaneous layer, and so she had done it in the middle part of the dermis, and what she got, it was a big balloon, and it was one of those fillers with synthetic components that once it stays there, there's no way to remove it unless you do surgery. And so it was a big balloon on the side of her mouth. And so be very careful. And so this is what I saw in this video, and I want to warn you that take it seriously, because this is serious. I want to prevent, by doing this video, I want to prevent for you guys and going out there online and ordering derma fillers and injecting yourself without knowing what you're doing. So if you want more videos and what fanatics on YouTube are doing that is incorrect, you let me know. I will continue doing it. I will research several videos, and I have another video that I already saw, and it is about using a particular product that is completely overrated, over advertised, and so that will be my next video, so you guys don't spend the money in vain. So I'll see you in my next video. I hope you're having a good time. Summer is coming. Stay active, reinvent yourself, exercise. Facial workouts are better than facial fillers, because your muscle will grow when you're doing those workouts. Your muscle will create volume, and it will create in a way that will be like a cushion to make you skin tighter. So there are other ways that you could rejuvenate yourself. So I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, my friends. Bye.